Peter Hall out on the weather deck tonight. Peter, this forecast gets interesting right at that critical window where you expect people will be doing a lot of traveling in and out of the area.
That's right. And when meteorologists and news anchors say interesting, you know you got to pay attention. The good news is early, as in between now and Thursday, at least during the morning and midday, we're okay. A lot of time to watch. But as we get into that end of the week, into the weekend, parts of upstate New York are going to have some very tough travel and outdoor conditions indeed. So let's get right to it and fast forward to this storm system as it moves in. While initially Thursday afternoon, a bit of rain and wet snow will happen, the winds will pick up. The most important first thing, besides the winds increasing, will be rain and 50s changing over to snow and 20s and teens during Friday afternoon. Yeah, that's right. We'll be 50 plus around noon Friday. Then by dinner time, so lunchtime 50 plus, dinner time, teens. All the while rain's changing to snow. That means a flash freeze of roads and sidewalks appears to be likely, as well as some snow accumulation amounts to be determined. Now, I've mentioned some wind. I think 30 to 40 miles per hour easily likely as you go into Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday. However, max wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour appear likely in central New York Friday through Saturday, and a chance of 60 mile per hour winds, isolated damage, and power outages, which we'll show you a little more information about in a minute. I've got to use the B word, blizzard. What? Technical definition of blizzard is 3 consecutive hours or more of 35 mile per hour winds and visibilities of a quarter mile or less in snow. I think that's going to happen. Inside lake effect. There's an outside chance it might also happen Friday afternoon, depending on how heavy the snow is. While central New York during the lake effect will see very little snow at all. So most of us Friday through Saturday should see these types of winds. Wind-blown driving, garbage cans tipped over, and some isolated power lines down. But where the winds are strongest, power outages will be more likely, and maybe even some tree damage as well. Now remember, in the short term, pretty quiet. Partly cloudy, patchy frost and fog overnight through tomorrow morning, then mixed sun and clouds tomorrow, thickest clouds up north, mid and upper 30s. We're still okay weather-wise Wednesday night through a good chunk of Thursday, just some passing clouds. Thursday, any limited sunshine and maybe a pretty sunrise gives way to thickening clouds. Here comes that first batch of minor precipitation. While most of it is rain, it may start out over higher elevations as some wet snow. Any limited accumulation melts off quickly. And then it's occasional rain showers overnight, windy Friday, upper 40s to lower 50s. And here comes that change right there. Strong cold front will move through right around midday, early afternoon. We're 50 to 55, but at 2 p.m. already dropping into the upper 20s and snowing, and then dropping into the teens by 5 p.m., maybe even lower over the southern Finger Lakes. Flash freeze, snow accumulation, dangerous driving. We've got great road crews across upstate New York, but they may not be able to deal with that kind of fast-paced change. And then lake snow, northeast and east of Lakes Erie and Ontario. That is going to be the show of lake effect snow and blizzard-like conditions for Saturday. While the wind comes down a little bit Saturday night into Sunday, the lake effect snow continues. Far northern New York, east and northeast of Lake Ontario, and also far western New York, east and northeast of Lake Erie, where they're going to be measuring in feet of snow there, while central New York sees very little. However, our wind chill Saturday morning, likely below 0. It's going to be a cold weekend. Stanley lost Skywatch. Downtown Syracuse is quiet. You know we're going to keep an eye on that storm system and give you updates right through this week. Back inside.
Appreciate it, Peter. A field